Hello everyone, this is Adnan with Canop's Trending Videos. This is SCCM 2012 video series. So far what we did, we have video part 1 with the basic infrastructure install. We have video part 2 with the prerequisites install. So in the last video we just installed all of the prerequisites using a script downloaded from a website. Now in this video we're going to install SQL 2012. So SQL 2012, first of all, if you need to see step-by-step approach, step-by-step approach, there are some websites that will give you step-by-step screenshots. There is one called from Gary Hampson. You can go to this website, you can Google for this page, and here they show you step by step of everything, how to install. So just like Gary Hampson, you can go on to another website called Prajwal Desai. So this is the website you can go with. He has good guides on everything, step-by-step install. For example, at this point I'm doing SQL Server install. So if I go to this guide here, in this guide, the good thing here is with step-by-step install, there is a little explanation as well why we are installing few things, why do you need to do certain steps. Plus another thing that is good about this site is it also provides you the download link. So in case if you do not have down the location for server 2012, you can download it from here. So once you click on this link, it will take you to this link here. This link here, you need to just log into the Microsoft website, and here you can download the link. As I was downloading this earlier, so it's about 3.1 GB. Now sometimes you do need along with SQL Server 2012 with SP1, sometimes you do need separate SP1 as well. So I think that's why there are both links are mentioned. There is some details about this as well. Now once the setup starts, all we need to do, put in this SQL Server 2012 CD on our first server, then go through this wizard. It goes through prerequisites and then go on and on. I'm just going through this quick so that even in your case, if you're doing this for the first time, I would say just follow step by step, or just go through these quick screenshots. So here we need to install the SQL feature installation, and then you go down, and here you need to select the database engine and the reported services engine, and then click next. After that, here it's asking you instance, default instance. Here it goes here, we just leave it for default instance. Next. And here another important thing that we need to configure canop/administrator for these passwords. This is very important. You need to configure these username and password, and then click next. If you go down here, you need to enter Windows authentication. Make sure your canop administrator account exists here. After that, you need to install. The installation will show you the summary. After that, it installs. I've seen this many times that installation will fail, so you need to start again. I would say take a good snapshot. If you've taken a good snapshot, you can revert back and do it. Once SQL Server is installed, so during the installation of SQL Server, the configuration manager checks the memory limit, and it should not be limited. Then warning is displayed. To avoid, let's limit the memory. So here you would need to just limit the memory. Do not leave it unlimited. So here he's saying 8. We might leave it to 4 for memory. So once this is done, it goes on and do the installation. I think this screen comes after once the installation is over. Once this is all done, then we will open SQL Management Studio and change the memory limit. So let's start with this. So all I need to do, let's go to our server here. This is our SQL, this is our SCCM server. Here the prerequisites are installed. Done. I'm gonna close this, and then it's not asking me for the reboot. So what I'll do is, I don't know if we need a reboot, but I'll just mount the SQL CD in this. So did I take a backup? Did I take a snapshot? Let's see. Let's first load the SQL CD in this. So let's go to our evaluation version of SQL. So I just loaded this evaluation version of SQL. At the same time, so here, as soon as you load, you run the setup. What I wanted to check was, do I have a snap? I did not take a snapshot after prerequisite, so I think I should take a snapshot. So I would say after prereq. Let's take a snapshot at this, because SQL Server installation is another not an easy installation. Sometimes it fails in the middle and it leaves you nowhere. So in that case you might need to revert back to that snapshot. So I'm taking the snapshot. In this case I'm taking only one snapshot because I'm not making any changes here. So once the snapshot is ready, this is just the CD is mounted. It is 100%. So the thing that I need to do is hardware software requirement. There is how to install, actually planning. This is the planning screen. I need to go to installation, and here I need to install standalone installation. So you would select this first option. I would start the setup. So this will be our primary site server, and it will be having management point, a distribution point, and it will be our site DB as well. So when you have a primary site server, the primary site server has its own database, and that database is to store the SCCM configuration. So whatever we do in SCCM on primary site server, everything will be stored in the SQL database. Now SQL, it's a structured query language. This is a database system designed by Microsoft. So many application uses this database. Now when in general, if you ever heard of SQL Server is a database server. It's so what is database? Database is where we store information. For example, a hospital system might want to store patient record in databases. Airport authorities, they want to store their employee and custom information in there. So database is just a place where you store information. So same goes for SQL. So guys, here it was running the prerequisites here, and it says passed all, no fail, no warning, and then we'll go next. And so it did a check that if it can be installed. SQL Server installation is very important. You should keep an eye on during the installation and make sure that this installation finishes successfully. So let me pause the video until it stops and reaches to a point. Okay, it stopped here. So After doing that check, it stopped here. Now you can go with the evaluation key as well. This is a product key that came with this ISO. So you would go with next. Once this is done, and you would accept the licenses. Next. And here now it's saying include the product with the updates. Next. And now it is being installed. So it's doing setup will now install, and if an update of SQL setup is found, specified will be included in the updates. So it is downloading some setup file from the Microsoft website. So it's downloading it. Once they are downloaded, then there'll be the download setup file in progress. After that, extract and then install the setup files. So it's extracting the files. So that setup took about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, that's again back to the main setup. So far what it did was just to update the setup files. Now it is running the setup. This is SQL SP1. SQL SP1, and I already downloaded the SP2 as well if required, or we can download it later. But for now I'll just go with the simple setup for the database. And as you can see, there are two things open here. One is this, and the second one is this window, so something is happening. So we'll let SQL install itself. And here comes more options. Yes, so now it's gonna, so again it passed, and we're gonna go next. So what do you want to do? We need to install SQL Server features, feature installation. And next, what roles do you need in this? So we're gonna need a database for sure. So here we're gonna need a database, and we're gonna need reporting engine. Do we need these? We don't need these. Based on Prajwal, and let's just make sure. Here. So Prajwal is saying that that's not required. So here, let's see, we selected, so right here it went on, ran the setup, and here just two things selected, so this one and this one. After that, we do need in the next screen management tool. After that, so selection features, we need management tool, role. Next here, server. So let's go back. In this we need so just go down and select the management tools, and next, if anything required, we can run the setup again. For now we just need these things. And next, gonna jump on to the next one, which is installation rules. It's loading. So it took 2 minutes. After 2 minutes it came to the screen. So after feature install and next, now in here it's just saying this will be your default instance. We don't have to do anything. Your default instance, just remember this, your default instance is MS SQL Server. So this is just to remember. Click next. Should check out the disk space requirement. So here it's just showing this requirement. We have a lot of disk available. Next. And here it's a very important point where we need to enter the accounts, action account. So we need to enter canvas/administrator. Just let's make sure. So within the next screen here it's just using anti-authority, whereas in Projwall we saw that here he configured the canvas administration account. Here these accounts were. So here for the service account, Microsoft recommends that use the domain service account and not the local system account. You will be using the account SCCM admin and separate users. Okay, so it can work in both ways. Here we can select the SQL service account, or we can select administrator account. So let's select administrator account. The only downside in using administrator account, there is just one downside with this. If you ever change the password, then these services will stop working. So that's one thing that you need to take care of. That if you're using this account, then make sure whenever the password is changes, you must go here. You must go in services and set the password. I'm using this account because based on my experience previously, we had some issues. If you don't select account with privilege, in real environment we would have a special account that is known as services account. For this, for now, here I'm just using domain admin account. So once this is done, it will make sure that the username password is correct. If it is not correct here at this point, it would ask you to use the correct password. If it passes this, it means username and password is correct and credentials were okay. So it moves on to the next screen. Now here again we did specify SQL administrator, add current user. So current user is canvas admin, will be authentication, and next. Once this is done, install and configure, next, and send. No, we don't need to send it to Microsoft. It was just asking for error reports if you want to send it to Microsoft. Now here again it's checking, and next. So here I think it's going to show us the summary of what have we selected, and we're going to install it. Now we'll leave the installation. So ready to install. If there would have been if there will be any errors, it will stop here. For now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna pause this video, and once it stops anywhere, I'm gonna continue. So it's been about 2 minutes, and it's just installation is going on. Normally this will take some time. Hopefully you shouldn't error out for anything, otherwise we'll have to we'll have to kind of troubleshoot or maybe add some more components. Let's see what happens. So here it's just doing the install. So I'm gonna pause the video and then resume again once it stops anywhere. Okay, so it's been about 6 minutes. In about 6 minutes, with lots of patience, I'm just looking at this. It was just stuck here for about 6-7 minutes here, and now it started going. I think it is faster moving as compared to before. No errors so far. Setup is just going on, so we'll leave it going, and I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes now, and it has reached about 70%, 30% left. No errors yet. SQL is being installed, so we'll wait while it finishes. Okay, seems like it's almost done. Producing intermediate status logs. Okay, so setup process is complete. One more time, we are still on SCCM 1, and just to kind of speed up the computer, I shut down SCCM 2 and CL1. I don't need them at the moment. Later maybe we can just start them once we need it. Okay, good. SQL is installed. Excellent, without any issues. So we'll just close the screen, and we'll start with the SCCM installation. Now this setup is complete. Let's see, the setup is complete. And how big is this video? Okay, it's 22 minutes. So in this video we have successfully installed SQL. In the next video we're going to install the SCCM.